I'm Dale Smith for Loony Politics, and the Conservative Party may have some reckoning to do amongst itself after the convoy protest this last weekend. Now, it wouldn't take much digging for the party to have noticed that the organizers of this protest have extremist ties and that they had a stated objective with essentially bringing down democracy in the country and supposedly coming up with some ruling system that was a committee run by the convoy organizers, some senators, and the governor general. This was a stated goal, and Aaron O'Toole nevertheless gave support to the convoy and staged a photo op with some of its participants while wearing an RCAF jacket. Unaware, I guess, of the irony of doing so when you've got a group of protesters who are looking to overturn democracy. Now, as well, the protests themselves had some fairly anticipated events around things like people with Confederate flags or swastikas, and a number of MPs nevertheless decided to show up on the Hill and were photographed with those symbols in the area. A number of other protesters were also desecrating the National War Memorial and dressing up the Terry Fox statue outside of Parliament Hill, and generally doing things that most Canadians are going to have a real problem with. Now, some Conservatives, a small few, denounced what they saw. Aaron O'Toole selectively denounced one or two of these things, but not the broader event itself or the fact that the organizers of this event have extremist ties. Now, we know that Conservatives are doing this largely because they are trying to protect their right flank from people like Maxime Bernier. But part of the problem there is that associating with these elements in the hopes of maybe bringing them to the center or at least accessing them for volunteers or fundraising is that it has been shown not to work. We've seen this happen in the US, where the Republican Party in particular has moved much farther to the right and has cozied up to extreme elements in that country. And instead of bringing them to the center and trying to bring them back to the mainstream, has only made the party go further to the extremes and has caused an even bigger divide politically within the country, so much so that they now have separate media ecosystems. The fact that Conservatives in this country have not taken these lessons should be something that they should be thinking about, particularly as they are reevaluating what happened during the last election and whether or not they have the right leader at this time. There is going to be a reckoning that has to happen, but we'll see how fast and how much in the open this is going to be. For Loony Politics, I'm Dale Smith.